Alright everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the Camo Madness Odyssey. We're just going to jump straight in, just to not waste any time, because I'm pretty sure this is half cash, so it might take me more than one attempt. Alright, yep, half cash, half starting cash, end of round cash, and all income generation. Alert. Also half from cash drop and continue. Okay, so if you've never tried a half cash mode before, it is extremely painful. That being said, so is every single balloon being a camo balloon. So we've kind of got a really crappy mixed bag here of challenges, but I think we can get through it like this. We shouldn't have too much problem. It is on the first map ever. Or not ever, but it's on the first map of BTD6, so you wouldn't think it would be that hard, but it's going to be quite difficult. All we have to do though is beat a BFB, and I think Azili is going to be our ticket to doing that with ease. We just need to prepare for literally everything else. So we've got leads covered with Azili. Our Dart Monkey's got purples covered. I'm thinking we're going to try and get some really cheap but really effective damage, like the Wall of Fire for the Wizard. Maybe if we're lucky we'll get a Shimmer. But yeah, we're going to get a Wall of Fire for the Wizard. We want it to be effective in terms of where the Wall of Fire is placed, but at the same time we want the Shimmer to be in a good spot as well. So I'm thinking maybe like somewhere here. Just so there's like a high likelihood of it hitting the cross path here, and being able to hit balloons coming from two sides, so coming through the start, and then those that are looping around to finish them off a bit more. Okay, so I've read through some of your comments, and it seems like you guys would like a monkey knowledge video, which is going to be perfect, because I'll do it right after this one, and then it'll be out after the Pixelmon episode. So it'll be after tomorrow. So it'll be what? So Friday will be part 2 of the Odyssey. So then Saturday will be the Pokemon modded Minecraft. So then Sunday will be the monkey knowledge path upgrades. Which ones to go for, which ones to sort of avoid, as well as like details on which heroes are good to pick and go for. Okay, so we're doing well. We're not doing terribly. Half cash has always been a pain, especially if you can't earn extra cash. Like, because I haven't chosen Oban, I won't be able to get the Wall of Trees, but to be fair, that wouldn't last too long in either way, so it doesn't really matter. We're just aiming to get this Wall of Fire. That's going to help us out so much. But yes, so Sunday is most likely going to be the day where we have a look through all the monkey knowledge that I've accumulated. I'll even reset mine, because if I reset mine, it'll give me a better idea of like how much it actually takes to get to which upgrades. Okay, so we are going to struggle a little bit here, but we've got the Wall of Fire now, and we haven't used up all our White Hot Spikes, which is good. Okay, so Wall of Fire is essentially just amazing. If we only had one of these towers, the Wall of Fire would be able to solo carry us through most of this. It just gets stuck when we get to like ceramics and things like that. Okay, but yeah, we do need better purple popping power, because that is disgraceful, isn't it? Okay. So we will get, what will we get for purple popping power? God, that's fun to say. Purple popping power. Anyway, but what should we get for purple power? Crossbow might be good. We'll leave it on last so that it continually shoots straight on rather than anywhere else. But we do also need some extra damage that can pop the purple balloons. What can we get for that? Monkey Ace? We'll try it. Come down, Pineapple Express, Spy Plane. It's a good thing all the camo detection upgrades are really cheap, like a lot of the time. So then we get this, pops the purples maybe a little bit sooner. And then, what should we go for? Top path? For Moab damage? I think so. Top path for Moab damage because we're already pretty centralized. So we don't really need the bottom path for that. The only thing I'm worried about maybe is like 65. That's going to be quite tricky in my mind because that's quite a lot of ceramics all at once. Luckily we don't have to deal with 63, but 55, sorry, is quite possibly the next biggest pain. Okay, so there we go. I think now we're going to have to go for a shimmer, because if we get shimmer, then we can get recursive clusters, and then that can perhaps beat 63 for us. I think that's the way we'll have to go about it. Okay, but we're not looking too bad just now. We're gonna have to keep an eye out for the Moab though, so we might slow it down a bit when we get closer to the round. Okay, so we'll get our shimmer. So the reason we get shimmer is so that we can uncamo all these balloons. Now, admittedly, all four of these towers can pop camo balloons. Oh, take it easy, take it easy. How are we doing on damage here? Is it enough? Is it not? We can pop them. We can pop the Moab. Can we pop everything else? That looks like quite a lot. Okay, so let's go back and evaluate this because half cache mode is literally just the worst. Oh, I hate it with every fiber of my body. Okay. Admittedly, I do think we made a mistake by buying shimmer. At least right now. So, how can we fix this? How can we fix this in the most cheap way possible? We could sell a Zeely. No, we can't. We really can't. Let's get rid of you. Get the fighter plane. And then we'll buy him back. God, I hate half cache mode. But this should do it. Those rockets deal a crap ton of damage. Okay. Shredded him before the wall of fire. That's always good. And yeah, there we go. That's much better. That's what we were looking for. Okay. So that did set us back, but luckily not by much. And we are going off of towers here that, just in general, have a lot of damage compared to their cost. Like, we're going for the most cost-efficient towers and hoping for the best here, because cluster bombs is okay, but recursive cluster, ooh, okay, alright, we can handle it, like a couple lives leaking through, but not too many. Calm down, come on game. But yeah, recursive cluster is where it's really at, so if we can save up for that one expensive one, put you back to the way you were aiming. If we can save up for just this, I think we'll do really well here. Even if it's just the one, it's going to be so much damage and it's going to be so good. Okay. Not too shabby. Alright. Honestly, I think even Chimps mode, I feel like I like playing Chimps mode more than I like playing half cache. It's just, half cache is such a pain. And especially in an Odyssey where you can't make extra money easily. Oh, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. Maybe half cache is really easy for all of you guys, but I don't know. I just really don't like it. I'd much rather play Chimps on this map. I'd have so much more fun playing Chimps on this map. Alright, so there's one recursive cluster. I would like to get a second one up, if possible, around the same area, just so it's like constant bombardment of this like main cross section here, just because the recursive cluster like explodes with a massive radius. So if you don't know what it does, essentially cluster bombs shoots one bomb that explodes into like 8 more all around it, and recursive cluster makes those 8 more explode into 8 more each, I think. Something like that. So it's essentially just a lot of explosive damage, and it can wipe out pretty much most balloons very easily, especially if you have 2 of them. 2 of them is just like peak performance in terms of balloon popping power. So maybe we'll now aim for Operation Dartstorm, or even a sharpshooter, but I think we'll be alright now. I think we're doing quite well in terms of damage, and we only had to sell 1 Dart Monkey and then replace it, which isn't bad. If you usually, in half cash, if you have to start selling things, it kind of puts you on like a sort of time limit slash money limit, where like, since you're only selling things for less money than you're buying them for, especially in half cash, it can get quite expensive to be replacing things, and so you'll just get to the point where like the money you're losing is far greater than the money you're gaining, and it's just not worth it in the end. Okay, so then we'll try and get the unpopped army, because we've seen how good that is. Okay, but I think we've done it. Weirdly enough, we've done quite well here because it was on... I think it was because it was on medium difficulty. It made everything like cheaper and easier to afford. But it's still half cash mode, so it didn't make it too easy for us, but we did manage it quite well, and just in time for round 60, we do have our Moab popping ability, which should destroy this easily. There it goes. Alright, beautiful. On to the next one. Alright, shoots. Let's see how we do here. Alright, shoots. Now, we do get a bit of extra starting cash here, which is very kind of them. But, at the same time, this can be quite a difficult map. Okay, but we do have a sub to help us out, and we are starting on round 1 as opposed to round 3, which is very handy for us. I think I'll go for Azealia here, our Dart Monkey here, obviously with the enhanced eyesight, and then... oh, these are quite cheap actually. Interesting, I didn't think they were going to be that cheap. But that's fine, because we're not playing half cash anymore, thank God. So that means that we can sort of do a little bit more what we want. Alright, let's send it. Wow, okay, why is my game lagging so much? I'm pretty sure I closed every other thing. Okay, now we're good, we're good. It's just a bit of a slow start is all. Alright, so Shoots isn't the worst map in the world, but it's definitely not one of the greatest. I definitely think we're going to be using the sniper here to deal with some Moabs, but at the same time I'm afraid to use it, just because, like I said, it can like stack up the Moabs and like group them all together, which can be quite unpleasant. Okay, there we go. The only obstacles on this map are these guys, these big statues, but luckily they only cost $3.50 each, so they're not going to be too much of a hassle to remove. It's not like playing on Cornfield or anything like that, or High Finance. Okay, so get rid of this one. Helicopter just comes in and picks it up and leaves. Greatest heist in the history of BTD. Alright, so we seem to be okay, at least for now. But that might not last too long here, so we're gonna need some wizards, I think. I think one on either side would be ideal, and then maybe make them both necromancers is my idea, so that like I can get them both to have shimmer, And then hopefully I can clear out the camos from both sides fairly easily. So like maybe I'll put him here, I think. Somewhere like this. And then obviously Intense Magic and the stupid monkey hat thing. Monkey sense, that's it. And then that's just good defense in the meantime while we get the shimmer. The only thing I'm worried about is that, like, we're splitting up our defense already, but obviously it's quite necessary, at least for this map. It just worries me because it means that the balloons can get through rather easily if they really wanted to. Like, I'm sure we'll be fine, but you never know. Okay, we'll get the wall of fire, just because we know how good that is. My rubber ducky seems to be squeaking an awful lot. Maybe I'll turn that off, to be honest. Like, I appreciate it. I love the rubber duck. It's very cute. But if it squeaks that often, maybe not. Aw, but it is adorable. Even when it does squeak. Okay, so then we'll get our other wizard monkey in pretty much the exact same place but on the other side. So like somewhere here. His goal isn't to pop a lot of balloons. His goal is just to eventually provide shimmer so that the rest of our monkeys can be placed and not have to worry too much about camos. Like, obviously there's gonna be camos that get through, but for the most part we want to see if we can get our cannons and maybe even a sniper to pop some balloons without needing to get the camo upgrade for the sniper. Oh god, there's some purples. Purples are a threat. Purples are a big threat. So we might just get twin guns to handle some purples a little bit more easily. Okay. Alright. Admittedly, the wall of fire can handle this, but not if he's placed incorrectly. Oh, that's perfect. Keep him there. Yep. Alright. Got camo leads. Not a problem. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is the first Moab. So I'm thinking maybe airburst darts, triple guns, and then the armor piercing. Because the armor piercing would do really well against Moabs. Even triple guns on its own does really well against Moabs. But where will the Moab come from? It'll come from the right side. So if you don't know for maps like these, since there's only two paths and it alternates every round, that means since we're on round 32, all the even numbers will be this side, all the odd numbers will be this side. So round 40, when the first Moab comes, it'll come from here. Round 63, it'll come from here. Round 70, it'll come from here, etc. So you don't have to worry too much in terms of that. I will place... Oof, do I do this? Nah, I think I do need to place it a bit more of a secure area. Actually, you know what? We need shimmer. It's going to be a risk to buy both shimmers right now, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a great one, but we'll just say screw it and try. We'll buy a plane. Get ourselves a spy plane so that he can do the deed. Because even though we do have shimmer, and like we could easily get it for this guy and just have both sides supposedly covered, some balloons still get through, which is what I'm mainly concerned about, because you can't always trust shimmer, or even the sub. You can't always trust either of them for permanent camo detection. You always have to be wary that things could go wrong, and they might not get every single one decamoed. Even for the engineer as well, now that I think about it. Engineer can also decamo balloons. Right, but now we're gonna need some actual popping power. Because yeah, we can decamo everything. Or at least, hopefully everything. But we need some real damage. Okay, slow it down. This is the first Moab. We don't know how we're going to do here. We're not going to do so great, but that's fine because our wall of fire placement was awful. So I'm thinking that whatever happens here will be slightly better. Okay. Send those missiles in. Finish it off. There you go. See, when you have good wall of fire placement, it changes everything. Like, if you're dealing with towers that have RNG involved, then sometimes you can just try again, and it'll work out the next time. There'll be no particular reason why, except for maybe your wall of fire was a bit better placed. Like, because you can't control that. You can control where they aim to an extent with these, but you can't be like, wall of fire, always be placed in front of ceramics or balloons like that, you know? Sadly, it just does not work out that way. But after we get this recursive cluster, oh, I think we'll be feeling a bit safer. Okay. Alright, and then we just need the heavy bombs. And then that's this boy sorted. Now we just need to do this one. And we should be relatively well off. Just like this. Okay. Not too shabby. Alright, we're not actually doing too bad here. Not gonna lie, it is a bit of a struggle, but that's this map entirely. Oof, okay. Balloons got a little bit far there, but that's alright. We got our second recursive cluster. Nice and easy. We'll try and get our Crossbow Master now. Okay. Regular crossbow. Ooh, maybe we should actually go for the unpopped armies. Is what I'm thinking. Yeah, you know what? We will. We will. Just because I feel like sending balloons back down both paths is going to be amazing for us. There we go. So now any balloons that come from here will be sent back, and any that come from here will be sent back by this guy. Okay, this should be easier. Yep, that's good. Just making sure. Get our sharpshooter. Get our Operation Dart Storm when it's available to us. All these Necromancer balloons are going to be so helpful. Just because all of them do not care about camo, because the Necromancer doesn't. He doesn't care, he's got camo detection. So all of these will also have camo detection and just fly through and destroy these other balloons. Look at it go. It's insanely good. Alright, so now we're aiming for our Crossbow Master. I don't know how soon we'll get it, but I think we'll get it relatively soon. Let's just see how we do against something like 54 and 55. There's a lot of ceramics on both of those. Just to see how we do. Okay. Quite nicely. Don't know why he sent balloons back that way, but that's fine too. Alright. Maybe we should get armor piercing. Yeah, okay. I'll think about that. If we don't make it to Crossbow Master, we'll go for armor piercing. I think that'll be second best. And we do have our ability, which is going to make wave at 60 a lot nicer. Maybe even wave 70. I don't remember what shows up on 70. But either way, I think we've just about got this covered. I don't know where I'd be in this Odyssey if we weren't allowed to choose cannons. Be pretty difficult, not gonna lie. Because the cannons have been pretty much most of the plain balloon popping power. Like, don't get me wrong, it can't see camos, but when you de-camo... Whew. Alright, so we'll get Azili's ability on that. Insta-pop. Beautiful. And then a Don't know how well we're going to do against the ceramics on wave 63, but if we're having any troubles, I'm sure we can just sell something, buy a Crossbow Master, and we should be quite fine. So we'll just slow it down for 63, just to see how well we fare. And if it gets anywhere along this track or this track, then we will restart and see what we can do. So there's the shimmer. Oh, okay. So, looking like we need a Crossbow Master. Admittedly, I'm not sure how well the RNG did us there, but either way, we certainly do need a Crossbow Master. So, what do I sell? That's the tricky part. The sub won't actually be enough, which is annoying. Maybe we sell this guy just for now to get our Crossbow Master, so that we can get through this relatively easily, I presume. Right, team? Oh no. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, we're good. Okay. Now that the Necromancer's starting up, this might be a lot easier on us. Yeah, okay. We just needed the Necromancer to start summoning his army. Now that he's got his army up, it should be quite nice for us now. Wall of Fire. Slowly getting our other Necromancer back. There we go. Not too difficult. We got there in the end. Alright. Once we get our second Necromancer back, we'll be back to full strength, plus a Crossbow Master, and we'll be perfectly fine. So yeah, always remember, like, that was one of the biggest mistakes I made, like, when I was playing early games. Like, so long as it's not chimps, you can sell your towers. You could sell all of your towers, buy one 5th tier that you know can solo an entire game, and then just win. Like, obviously it's not advised to sell all of your towers, because if that one tower works for one round, but then not for the next, then you've kind of screwed yourself over. It's a lot more difficult to sell back the tower you just sold to get, to try and buy back all your other towers, because you're just going to be spending a lot more money. Alright, but it looks like we're doing quite well here. 67 handled nicely. 63 was also handled pretty nicely. We may as well use this just because we're not going to be able to use it on anything like ZOMGs, because we're not going to 80. So, how do we fare here? I think we're doing quite well. Not too bad at all. Alright, last round. If there's any BFBs, we can use the ability. If not, then we've got this covered. Okay, we've got some Moabs. There you go. That is 4th map complete. Shoots is finished. Now on to Spillway. Don't know how to feel about Spillway. We'll see. So, Spillway is a crazy map. It has the balloons coming into the middle. They spin around in a massive circle, and then I think when they when they do a certain amount of loops, they either go out where they came from or they go out through another one. I'm not too sure, but that's just the general idea of it. The only problem is you can put your towers on here, but not many of them fit. So Zeely does not fit. A Dart Monkey does, I believe. Yeah, just barely. So maybe we'll put our Crossbow Master here. That's what I'm thinking. But where can we put a Zeely that she'll actually do a decent amount of work? There's not a lot of places, not gonna lie. So now that I think about it, if I was to redo this Odyssey, there are some towers I'm just not using, which is like the Super Monkey, the Sniper Monkey, and even on the last few maps, like, we haven't used the Spike Factory all that much. So maybe I would have given me some more monkey subs to put like here, 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 and here. But we'll see how we go. and see what we can do here, because this is going to be quite tricky. Okay, so what if we just start off like this, just something simple, put you in the middle, so that you're actually useful, and then, I think we might need to use, actually yeah, we'll see if we can do that. I'm gonna restart, just to see if we can afford, okay, we can afford never miss targeting straight away, which is always a very good idea, because now we've got a plane that can see camo, and can pop it fairly well. So I think we're gonna start off like this. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, so that is... Alright, so either way, I know my monkey knowledge does enable me to do this, but either way, starting off with a plane just like this, because you will be a little bit short of money because I've got some extra monkey knowledge that's helping me, but essentially even just doing like 0-2-2, you should do quite well against this round, just because it's early on and the plane is like straight down the middle almost. So I think the general idea here is going to be get a Spectre, because if we can get a Spectre we've won, essentially. You always need to look out for options like that, because sometimes your hero is not the best to start off with. And sometimes you gotta explore other options, especially when the game gives you a lot of money at the start. Definitely explore other options and see what you can come up with. Because right now, I'm pretty sure the Spectre can pop just about anything. Can't pop leads, admittedly. So we do need to think about something for that. Azili can, but I don't know about for the other sides of the map, really. Maybe we can have a sub here that has lead popping powers? No, that wouldn't work out too well, would it? Well, we're gonna have to think of something quick, because there's gonna be leads pretty soon. I suppose we could try Sniper. Oh, never mind. Sniper's got terrible range everywhere. Oh. There's like some glitch spots where we might be good. Alright, we'll turn auto start off, because I think after this round is when the first ceramics... No, not the first ceramics, the first leads show up. Whew, if it was the first ceramics, we'd be screwed. Okay, so what can we do here against leads? Azili's got that side covered. She might be able to hit some as they pass through the middle, but in general, I do think we need like maybe a wizard? Can I afford 2 wizards and wall of fires for both of them? I don't think so. Okay, so what else could we do? What else could we do? We could get a sniper. If we get a sniper like here, say, then he can cover 3 sides fairly easily, and Azili can cover the last one. Oh, he can also shoot down the middle. That's actually pretty good. So although most of the sniper's range here is crappy, he can see the starts and ends of 3 of the like exits and entrances. He can't see Azili's side, but that's fine. So we'll just get that, put him on strong, and we'll see how that does. Oh no, he doesn't have camo detection. Oh, I'm dumb. Luckily, Azili is not dumb, and she managed to hold us off there. Okay, so we're gonna have to watch out for that. This was actually a massive waste of money. Okay, so what? We're up against the same problem. Leads. I think we do just need to go for a sub, and then we'll get the submergent support, and then the plutonium reactor. I'm not sure if that'll actually affect this side though. Okay, yeah, you know what? Just in case it doesn't, I don't want to waste any more money. just because it's Spillway. So we're not going to risk it. Okay, what could we do about camo leads? Besides obviously getting a Spectre, because that's really expensive at the moment. We could do spike factories. Ooh, we could also get a super monkey, but it's quite expensive. You know what, maybe we'll just go for the wizard monkey idea. So we'll put one here. Make him see camos. Make him pop leads. And then we'll work on getting another one like here or something. Alright, so we'll go for that, just for now. Admittedly it's not much, but it will be a little bit of extra protection. Okay, so if we have Shimmer here, where would we want the other one to be? Because it makes me think that we should have another one up here, and then maybe they can sort of touch the middle? Like, I'm not too sure how well that would work. Because, like, if we could place another one here, then we could potentially remove a lot of camo from at least these two sides. And then it would only be these other two sides that would have to be dealt with for camo detection. So there we go, we have a wizard that can actually shoot on this side as well. And remember, our end goal here is to get a Spectre. If we can get a Spectre, I think we'll win. I think. I can't guarantee that, sadly. But yeah, we do also need to worry about Moab, because that's showing up soon. I don't know how we're going to deal with that just yet. Maybe another plane. Just maybe. Okay. Maybe another plane, maybe a sniper. Nah, I think we will go for another plane. So we'll get another one. We'll put him on... I suppose I would like him on Wing Monkey, but most of you guys probably don't have that, so that's fine. Then we'll get Rapid Fire, lots more darts, and then we'll try and get our favourite fighter plane that can destroy Moabs fairly easily. Okay, but it's so far so good. We haven't lost any lives. So we must be doing something, right? Surely. Okay. Alright. There's our fighter plane. At the moment it's really sketchy because Azili's doing most of the lead, the camo lead popping power. So we really want to get Shimmer up quickly, just so that other towers can help out with that. Because Azili's really coming in clutch at the moment. Okay, so there's one Shimmer. Try and get the other one. This is just to relieve pressure from Azili, just because everything else we can handle fairly well. But when it comes to camo leads, Azili's pretty much the full force of that. Alright, so let's see how we do for 40. Take it slow. Okay, I think with the fighter plane and the Spectre, we're going to do quite well here. Okay. And I know they have to loop around quite a few times, so we're looking alright to keep going here. Whew, okay. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I don't even know what shabby means, but I say it a lot. It's like, it usually means we're not doing too bad. We're doing alright, so to speak. But I don't even know where I picked that up from. We'll get camo. Oh, that's true. If we can get both of these to unpopped army, then we can just send a bunch of necro balloons straight down the middle circle. That's going to be amazing. That's just going to be another... That's like a whirlwind of pain from us. Look at all that go. Just sending them straight down. Okay, that's actually really good for us. Okay, I think we're going to try and save up for either a Spectre or a... Actually, we'll get Operation Dartstorm first. Just because that increases how many darts we throw out by, like, quite a decent amount. So it's pretty difficult of an upgrade to ignore. Okay, so now I think we'll go for Operation Darts, no, Spectre. Because if we can get a Spectre, I believe we'll have won this. And that'll just be perfect for us. So admittedly, I really do struggle on some of these maps, just because when the balloons start coming from 4 different directions, like on this, or muddy puddles, or even bloody puddles, where there's like 5 different directions, it can be quite difficult to have an even distribution of like popping power, especially if they all meet up in the middle here and there's no really good spots to place a tower in the middle. So like you could only barely just fit that dart monkey on, and you'll be damned if you could think you could fit anything else on there. But essentially, we're not doing too bad here. We could always place down a sniper like here and then remove this barrier, because that would allow him to then shoot into the middle, which could be really good, but at the moment I think we're doing quite fine as it is. And then once we get our Spectre, I think we won't have to worry too much about anything. Even Wave 63 is not going to be too difficult against a Spectre. God, if you can get a Spectre for 63, and make sure you have the camo detection, of course, otherwise it'll be absolutely useless, then yeah, you should be set. Okay, but we're not doing too bad here. Admittedly, Azili being able to reach just in here has saved us. It's literally saved us. If Azili couldn't reach in here, all of those camo lead balloons would have just floated on past and then left, easily taking us out. Luckily though, Azili does have very good range. Oh, and I didn't even realize that. Level 9 Azili attack strips off camo, regrow, and fortified properties from non-Moab classes. So if Azili attacks a fortified camo regrow ceramic, it'll just turn into a regular ceramic. That's insane. That's so handy, and I didn't even know that was a thing for Azili. That's awkward, but we're accidentally amazing at this game. Alright, so here is our Spectre. Come on. Why does it always slow down the money income? Alright, but look at this guy go. Admittedly, he does have to aim in 4 different directions, but when they all get to the middle, oh, it's gonna be hell to pay for those blows. Alright, so I think, yeah, we've got 60 covered. We don't need to worry about that. The only thing I am worried about, though, is Wave 63. I did say the Spectre can handle it, but he is aiming at 4 different sides at once. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm not fully sold on the idea. We'll just see for now. We're saving up our money just in case we need to buy something a little extra. But I think if we can get through the first wave of ceramics, we'll be fine. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Because once you get through the first wave of ceramics, then all of your necro wizards start throwing out their balloons, and it just makes it so much easier for us. Alright, so we're gonna clear out all 4 of these. It's a pretty big use of money, but essentially that just means like anything that we place here or anything with a lot more range now has a new opening to aim down, which is extremely handy. So we'll just keep that in mind. Keep a sub here, I think, and then buff him to be able to shoot anything and anywhere that he wants. And you know what? I think we'll do this. Just as added security, we will get a plutonium reactor. Just as added security, nothing else. Okay. And as far as I'm aware, like, that first round where you might not be able to afford this Spectre because I've got the monkey knowledge in into the military monkeys and starting game cash. But yeah, if you can't afford the Spectre, straight up the never miss target, sorry, then you should be fine for the first round. I don't think it'll be too many lives lost, but try and keep your plane like roughly around the middle so that he can do appropriate targeting. But you should be able to last until you get a never miss targeting. It shouldn't take too long. It should take like 1 round at most. But alright, we seem to be doing quite well here. I really don't know what else we can place, if I'm honest. Our Spectre's doing a lot of the work. I suppose we could save up for a Crossbow Master, just in case. Ooh, slow it down. There's a lot of Moabs here. Alright, but we're fine. We're fine. We just need to make sure. And of course, if you do not know, there is also the Sky Shredder option, which is always like a last minute or last resort, so to speak. So like if nothing else works and you're like really, like for example, if for some reason wave 74 managed to pretty much beat me and it got to here in like the end, I'd quickly pause, I'd back out, come back in, try a few things, but overall I know that if I sold every single one of my towers here except for this one, I could afford a Sky Shredder. And Sky Shredders do exactly what you think they do. They obliterate everything. Nothing is left standing if you have a Sky Shredder. Even a BAD. I'm pretty sure a Sky Shredder can solo a BAD. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely chosen a lot for 2 tower chimps. So we're going to use Azili's ability here, just to make things go over a little more smoothly. So if you didn't know, Azili's ability basically attaches to one of the BFBs or Moabs or ZOMGs, or DDTs actually. It can't attach to BADs, sadly. But yeah, it'll attach to one, like this. It'll pop it, leaving no trace, and then it'll jump to another one. So like it jumped over here, and then it'll just keep going. So long as, I think it goes for like roughly half the ability's cooldown time. So it's pretty damn good. And here's our added security, Crossbow Master. Okay, I don't think we can lose now. But yeah, so essentially, this is one of the best abilities in the game. It's just attached to one of the more weaker heroes. Like, Azili is not the greatest hero for DPS. You've seen her leak lives on, like, level 1, or round 1. So she's not amazing in terms of damage, but when it comes to Moab damage and this ability, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Alright, so that's just about done that BFB. These BFBs are coming out one at a time, so we really don't need to use the ability here. We'll save it up for something a little bit more troubling. Even a fortified isn't too bad, because we've got the Crossbow Master in the middle. So there's our ZOMG. And here's why I said we were fine if we got a Spectre. Because look at that. It's almost popped already, and hasn't even gotten to the Crossbow Master yet. There it is. It's gone. It's just as easy as that. Okay, but just in case, there is a few more waves now where we might struggle, so I think we'll use the ability. Slow it down. Just take your time. If you think you're going to struggle, take your time. So you see, it just jumps from one to the other, and it's just an amazing ability. See, this is just another reason why you should pick Azili for this map, if you have Azili unlocked. If not, Quincy and Captain Churchill can both gain camo detection. Oban is a really good tower, but cannot gain camo detection in this, because you either have to take the camo off the balloons, or you just have to rely on him dealing damage to the Moabs, because he can't gain camo detection. You can remove the camo, but he just can't pop camo balloons in any shape or form. Okay. Not too shabby. There we go. Okay. Sorry if I keep pausing and slowing it down a bit. It's just to make sure everything's going well. Maybe we'll even get a Prince of Darkness. I think we'll get a Prince of Darkness, because we've really got nothing else to spend our money on, and that sends out zombie Moabs and BFBs, which is just going to help us out even more. Like, look at them go. They're already just swirling the middle, and it's going to destroy. Alright, so I believe this is the last round. Yes, it is, of course. We've got 2 ZOMGs. We'll use the ability. Pops it to nothing. And pops it to nothing. It's just that easy. Alright, honestly, Spillway was not as hard as I thought. It was just making sure that we had a decent start, and luckily the extra cash that they gave us helped us out there. 11,000 to spare, all of our lives. Alright, let's get our reward. Camo Madness. Here's the towers I placed in total. I placed 1 Super Monkey, so you can definitely throw the Super Monkey out and replace that with something else. The Spike Factory is a good backup, but you could probably replace that with something else, and same with the snipers. But overall, Dart Monkeys, Azili, Subs, Aces, Wizards, and Cannons, surprisingly Cannons, do quite well throughout this Odyssey, in my mind. Alright, here's our rewards. 200 monkey money, a nice 240 to village, and 50 trophies. Okay, that is beautiful. So, that was part 2 of Camo Madness. Camo balloons are taking over. You guys have got 4 days to finish this off. That's how I've done it. I hope you guys have all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.